खोलो खोलो दरवाजे पर्दे करो किनारे, खूंटे से बंदी है हवा मिल के छुड़ाओ सारे।
Hi, I am Rama Patil and I will be introducing you to intellectual disability today. Intellectual disability, which was recognized widely as mental retardation earlier, is a neurodevelopmental disorder which is characterized by significant sub-average level of general intellectual functioning associated with a significant impairment or deficit in adaptive functioning across three major domains, namely conceptual, social, and motor. This neurodevelopmental disorder is typically manifested during the developmental period before age 18. I have spoken initially about intellectual functioning, but what does it really mean? It essentially pertains to various abilities such as planning, reasoning, judgment, decision making, problem solving, etc. These are various abilities which are measured essentially using standardized intelligence tests where an IQ score around below 70 indicates impairment. However, it is vital to know that merely sub-average IQ alone is not sufficient to diagnose anyone with intellectual disability. The individual must have deficits in adaptive functioning. The DSM-5 classifies intellectual disability into mild, moderate, severe, and profound levels based on adaptive functioning rather than IQ scores alone. I will quickly discuss the causes now. While one cannot pinpoint one particular cause, intellectual disability can have several causal factors such as genetic abnormalities, including chromosomal defects or abnormalities, inborn errors in metabolism, perinatal factors such as hypoxia, birth trauma, infections, acquired physical disorders in childhood such as cretinism, lead poisoning, as well as socio-cultural factors and psychiatric disorders such as childhood onset schizophrenia. Although there is no cure or treatment for intellectual disability, it can be managed by providing genetic counseling to at-risk parents, improving the socio-economic condition of the society at large, medical measures for good perinatal medical care, early detection of intellectual disability, which will also result in early rehabilitation, institutionalization or residential care for individuals with profound ID, remedial teaching and other measures to help individuals integrate with other individuals.
Hello, I'm Vaidya and I will be talking about how intellectual disability affects socio-occupational functioning of an individual. Intellectual disability is characterized by significant limitations in intellectual ability as well as adaptive behavior. Here, adaptive behavior includes skills that an individual uses in day-to-day life, such as communication, any practical skills, or occupational competencies. Now, socio-occupational functioning is a person's ability to build or maintain relationships, communicate effectively, manage daily responsibilities, or participate independently in community life. And these functionings are largely dependent on adaptive behavior, including conceptual, practical, and social skills. Individuals with ID may face difficulties in social relationships, social judgment, or understanding social cues. Limitations in the skills also include challenges in communication. And these challenges may lead to restricted social relationships, problems with forming new reciprocal relationships, or vulnerability in social exclusion. Adaptive limitations may impact employment as well. An individual with ID may face difficulties in working independently, solving problems, comprehending complicated instructions, or adjusting to changes in their job. While a person with mild ID may achieve relative independence through right support, people with moderate to profound ID may need lifelong support in employment as well as daily functioning. However, it is very important to understand that person with ID may improve through inclusive education, vocational trainings, right work accommodations, and positive social attitude. And this will help them in participation or enhancing their participation in social and occupational settings. Now, to understand the views on organization level, we have interviewed founder of Abnormal Home, Kishori Pathak ma'am. Thank you.
नमस्कार, माझे नाव किशोरी पाठक. मी अबनॉर्मल होमची संचालिका म्हणून काम बघते. अबनॉर्मल होम हे रिहॅबिलिटेशन सेंटर आहे जे कोथरूड इथे काम करतं. येथे सगळ्या विशेष मुलांसाठीचं काम चालतं. ज्याच्यामध्ये इंटेलेक्च्युअल डिसॅबिलिटी, लर्निंग डिसॅबिलिटी, ऑटिझम, सेरेब्रल पाल्सी, डाऊन सिंड्रोम, ADHD अशा वेगवेगळ्या डिसॅबिलिटींसाठी आम्ही काम करतो. या मुलांच्या विकासासाठीचं काम करतो. आता इंटेलेक्च्युअल डिसॅबिलिटी म्हणजे बौद्धिक अक्षमता, याच्यावर देखील आमच्या संस्थेमध्ये काम चालतं. आता बौद्धिक अक्षमता म्हणजे काय, तर बऱ्याचदा शिकण्यामध्ये येणाऱ्या अडचणी किंवा मर्यादा, तसंच व्यवहार, संवाद या कौशल्यांमध्ये जाणवणाऱ्या मर्यादा, या सगळ्यांचा समावेश बौद्धिक अक्षमतेमध्ये येतो. सहसा आपण असं म्हणतो की 90 हा साधारण IQ असला पाहिजे, तर या बौद्धिक अक्षम मुलांचा जो IQ असतो तो 70च्या खालती असतो. त्यामुळे त्यांना बऱ्याचशा संकल्पना समजणं अवघड जातं. अगदी छोट्या दैनंदिन दिवसातल्या देखील संकल्पना समजणं त्यांच्यासाठी प्रयत्नपूर्वक करावं लागतं. मग याच्यासाठी आम्ही इथे रेमेडियल टीचिंग म्हणजे उपचारात्मक शिक्षण पद्धती वापरतो. आता रेमेडियल टीचिंग म्हणजे काय, तर रेमेडियल टीचिंग म्हणजे वेगवेगळ्या मेथड्स वापरणं ज्याच्या माध्यमातून मुलाला त्या संकल्पना समजणं सोपं जाईल. मग समजा जर का एखादी संकल्पना समजत नसेल तर ती सोपी करणं, त्याचे छोटे छोटे भाग करणं आणि ते छोट्या छोट्या भागाच्या माध्यमातून ती संकल्पना शिकवणं असा उद्देश असतो, जेणेकरून संकल्पना क्लिअर होईल. अशा पद्धतीने या संस्थेमध्ये काम चालतं. मग याच्यासाठी वेगवेगळी साधनं, माध्यमं वापरली जातात. आपण इथे काम करताना मल्टिपल इंटेलिजन्स वर काम करतो. मग यामध्ये अगदी त्याला गणित एखाद्या मुलाला शिकवायचं असेल तर ते म्युझिक थेरपी मधनं पण शिकवलं जातं किंवा म्युझिक मधनं शिकवलं जातं. डान्स मधनं गणित शिकवलं जातं, भाषा शिकवली जाते. अशा वेगवेगळ्या पद्धती आपण या मुलांसाठी वापरतो. 2012 पासून आपण इथे कार्यरत आहोत. आता साधारणतः 14 वर्ष झालेली आहेत. बरीचशी इंटेलेक्च्युअल डिसेबल्ड स्वतःच्या पायावरती उभी राहिलेली आहेत. अशा पद्धतीने अबनॉर्मल होम मध्ये काम चालतं. या संस्थेला आपणही नक्कीच भेट द्या अशी मी विनंती करेन. धन्यवाद.
I'm Madhura Gokhale. I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist practicing since 10 years. I mainly help children with speech and language difficulties ranging from birth to 12 years of age. And my main focus is helping a child tap their intrinsic motivation through child-led methods and play-based methods. Early intervention in speech language therapy is extremely crucial because we want to tap into child's critical period. So this is essentially a period of development where the child's brain is most malleable. The child learns things very fast because they can grasp things like a sponge. So if we tap into the critical period in child's development, the progress that the child can make, the skills that the child can acquire happens at much faster rate. So it's very, very important that we start intervention as early as possible. 0 to 3 years is considered to be the most precious period, but 0 to 5 years also is extended period that we can consider. Earlier the better, anytime. Yeah, so what is play-based speech therapy? So when we think about children, what is most natural for children to do is play. Okay, so it is essentially child's work. So when the child is engaged with something that they really like, it is fun to them, it is meaningful to them, and it is interactive in its own ways, the child learns things much faster. So the acquisition of all the skills that we want to have in the child, maybe working on communication intent or working on give and take, okay, in communication, to and fro communication, maybe answering questions, it comes much naturally to children when they are engaged in something that is meaningful to them. So what we do is we try to tap into what the child really likes to do, and from there we let the child lead. So letting the child lead also helps because the child is in charge of how they want to do things, and we are only supporting them with the skills that we want to build. So we don't essentially try to change the way the child plays. Sometimes we might suggest, but mainly the child is given the lead in play. And since it is so meaningful for children, they learn things much faster. So instead, if we use flashcards, or if we use some teaching methods which do not involve play, mainly the child's motivation in learning process only is minimal. Okay, so when it is fun for the child, when it is meaningful for the child, it naturally helps in acquisition of skills much faster. In my experience, what I have seen is the acceptance of ID, the awareness about ID is really poor. It's very hard for parents to really come to accepting that their child is intellectually disabled and might need supports which are much deviant than most typical children of their age. So it takes a while for parents to really come to terms with this diagnosis. Also, there is a lot of times there is a overlap between multiple disabilities along with ID. So the focus of therapy mainly remains how the child is communicating, how the child is emotionally coping with all the things that happen in their day, how the child interacts during the day with their caregivers and the people that they meet. With respect to communication and speech language development, what we do is to see where the child is at, and giving the child supports in a way that is facilitative, as well as the child also needs to really enjoy this process. In my opinion, it shouldn't be forced on the child just because the society demands certain things or parents want the child to do a certain thing. It should be rewarding for the child as well. So a lot of times individuals with ID find it difficult to understand what are the social norms, how close can we go to a certain person. So we actually help them with a structure as to how to know that you are too close or how to know you are too far, how whether you can touch the other person or not. So it is like we have to help them understand the entire dynamics of how the social communication works, because that remains the primary area where they face the most challenges in. So social stories is something that we try out to help them understand how to behave in different social situations, helping them prepare beforehand. This really helps them before they enter a social situation. So yeah, depending on where, what is the severity of ID, of course, this picture changes. But what I think is the acceptance, the faster the acceptance, the better it is for the child, because we can provide all the supports the child needs. If we keep insisting that the child is, not coping up because of some extraneous factors which are not really valid, it becomes challenging for the child to cope up. Bilingualism or multilingualism is like very common in India, because we constantly hear multiple languages in our environment, and same goes for the child. As far as intellectual disability is concerned, or children with intellectual disability, there is no research which actually says that you should limit your speech exposure or child speech exposure to one language. However, consistency in communication is very, very important. So, as long as everybody stays consistent with what languages they speak with the child, and the strategies that have been told by speech therapists have been applied, it won't make a difference. Yes, there are a few cases where the parents have completely migrated from some other province or some other country to India, or gone out of India. It's important that child hears consistent speech and language from the primary caregivers. That is all that matters. Okay, so whether the child can acquire multiple languages, in my opinion, yes. We just need to shift our lens from how our child and we are seen socially if our child has ID, and what people's reactions would be towards my child and how they would treat my child. It's important that the child feels empowered in themselves. So it's very important that parents are very supportive towards what the child needs, what the child likes, what the child's preferences of likes and dislikes are, what necessarily my child's challenges are, and how I help him cope with these challenges. So if we just change our lens from social to individual, where we make the child center of the entire process of intervention, it becomes much easier for the child to thrive and the child to learn things that he needs to learn. So it is, a lot of times it is a challenging road, because parents need to be extremely patient with children with IED. It might happen that you have to repeat yourself multiple times in order for them to do some certain thing, which can be exhausting, but it is a rewardful journey when the child is put in the center, and we try to build environments and we try to help the child escalate this entire picture in a much positive light.
नमस्कार, मी श्वेता लिमये. माझी मुलगी प्राजक्ता, तिला 2.5 महिन्याची असताना मॅनेंजायटिस झाला होता आणि त्याच्यानंतर तिला शारीरिक आणि बौद्धिक अक्षमता निर्माण झाली. आधी मॅनेंजायटिस म्हणजे काय इथपासूनच आम्हाला जरा काहीच माहिती नव्हतं की मॅनेंजायटिस म्हणजे काय असतं आणि पुढे आपल्याला काय काय करावं लागणार आहे त्याच्यासाठी. त्यामुळे बाकीच्या पालकांकडे पाहिल्यानंतर त्यांचं जे रोजचं जीवन, दैनंदिन जीवनामध्ये जे चाललेलं होतं त्याच्यापेक्षा आमचं खूप वेगळं होतं, कारण आम्हाला वेगवेगळ्या थेरपीज करायला लागणार होत्या असं डॉक्टरने तेव्हाच सांगितलेलं होतं. औषधं द्यायला लागणार होती, त्याच्याचबरोबर फिट्स आणि हे येऊ नयेत म्हणून काही गोष्टी सांभाळायला लागणार होत्या. तर हे सगळं करत असताना इतर पालकांपेक्षा नक्कीच वेगळे अनुभव होते आणि खूप जास्त काम करावं लागलं त्याच्यासाठी. ती लहान असल्यापासून त्याच्यात जे डेव्हलपमेंटल डिलेज होते तिचे, की रांगणं, सरकणं, बसणं किंवा उभं राहणं, ह्या सगळ्याच गोष्टींमध्ये प्रत्येक ठिकाणी काम करावं लागलं. त्याच्यासाठी मग फिजिओथेरपी, ऑक्युपेशनल थेरपी यांचा आधार घ्यायला लागला. स्पीच थेरपी पण करावी लागली, कारण काही अक्षरं लवकर म्हणता येत नव्हती. काही शाळांनी लगेच हो सांगितलं, आम्ही देऊ तिला ऍडमिशन असं. पण काही शाळांकडनं असं बघून न बघताच, म्हणजे मुलाकडे न बघताच, की तुम्ही नापास होणारी मुलं आम्ही घेत नाही, अशा पद्धतीची पण उत्तरं आम्हाला ऐकायला मिळाली. आणि मग प्रत्येक ठिकाणी, म्हणजे समाजामध्ये प्रत्येक ठिकाणी अवेअरनेस नाहीये लोकांना. त्यामुळे काय होतं, प्रत्येक ठिकाणी आम्हाला अडचणी येतात. त्यांना सगळ्या गोष्टी समजावून सांगायला लागतात आणि मग ते काम होतं. म्हणजे शाळेमध्ये ऍडमिशनच्या वेळी असो किंवा नंतर सुद्धा काही गोष्टी ह्या मुलांना जमणारच नाहीये हे त्यांना लक्षात येत नाही आणि त्यामुळे ते बाकीच्या मुलांप्रमाणेच त्यांना खेचायला बघतात, पण ते होत नाही, म्हणजे ते शक्य होत नाही. आणि मग ह्या मुलांच्या बाबतीत असं असतं की आम्ही लहानपणापासून खूप एफर्ट्स त्यांच्यावरती घेतलेले असतात, खूप प्रयत्न केलेले असतात, थेरपीज केलेल्या असतात, पण त्यांना हे एक्सप्रेस नाही करतात की माझ्यासाठी तू केलंयस, मग मला छान वाटतंय किंवा माझ्यामध्ये छान प्रगती झाली, हे त्यांना स्वतःला एक्सप्रेस करतात नाही. कळत असतं पण सांगता येत नाही. त्यामुळे मग कधी कधी असं मला पण वाईट वाटायचं की अरे आपण एवढं करतोय पण हिच्याकडनं काही रिस्पॉन्स येत नाही किंवा ही काही करत नाहीये. पण मग नंतर समजायला लागलं की नाही, तिला त्याच्यात पण थोड्याशा अडचणी येत आहेत, एक्सप्रेस नाही करता येणारे. तर हे समजायला लागल्यानंतर मग माझ्याकडनं पण त्या पद्धतीने काम होत गेलं. माझ्या मुलीचं 8वी पर्यंतचं शिक्षण शाळेतून पूर्ण झाल्यानंतर तिला सोपे विषय घेऊन एक्सटर्नली होमस्कूलिंग करून मी 10वी आणि 12वी केलं, ज्याच्यात ती चांगल्या मार्काने उत्तीर्ण झाली. त्यानंतर तिच्याकडनं प्रेरणा घेऊन मला असं वाटलं की आपण या मुलांसाठी काहीतरी करावं, म्हणून मी ट्युशन्स सुरू केल्या आणि गेले 3 वर्षापासून माझ्या ट्युशन्स चालू आहेत, ज्यात माइल्ड इंटेलेक्च्युअल डिसॅबिलिटी, माइल्ड ऑटिझम, ADHD ची मुलं माझ्याकडे शिक्षण घेतात. 5वी, 8वी आणि 10वी अशा 3 स्तरांवरती मी काम करते. 10वीच्या मागच्या 3 वर्षांमध्ये 16 मुलं माझ्याकडनं चांगल्या मार्कांनी उत्तीर्ण झाली. तशीच 5वीची पण मुलं उत्तीर्ण झाली. आणि जी मुलं शिक्षणातून पुढे जाऊ शकतात अशा मुलांसाठी आता ट्युशनचं रूपांतर मला शाळेत करायचंय, जेणेकरून मी जास्तीत जास्त मुलांना शैक्षणिक सुविधा पुरवू शकेन. बाकीच्या शाळांमध्ये ही मुलं थोडी मागे पडत जातात, त्यामुळे मला ते शिक्षणावर भर देऊन जी मुलं करू शकणारी आहेत चांगलं काहीतरी काम, त्यांच्यावर काम करायचंय. ते भविष्यात माझं शाळा त्यांच्यासाठी सुरू करणं हा उद्देश आहे आणि मला आवडेल ते करायला.
How easily we use words like stupid, dumb, or slow. How casually we label someone without even knowing their story. But have we ever stopped to ask that what if it's an intellectual disability? An intellectual disability is not laziness. It is not bad parenting. It is not lack of effort. It is a neurodevelopmental condition. But we as a society fail to see it. What we see is just comparison. We often hear myths around us that they can't learn, education is wasted on them, they will always be dependent on others. But have we ever thought that the problem is not their ability, but it is our sensitivity? We measure intelligence by marks, we measure worth by productivity, and anyone who doesn't fit the standard, we exclude. What we need is not just inclusion, but equity over equality. For every child to get what he needs to succeed in life. It means adapting classrooms, teacher training, peer awareness. It means seeing potential before limitation. Every human being has value beyond IQ scores, beyond grades, and beyond comparison. So let us stop labeling and start understanding and build a society which is not just meant for a child to score, but to live a life with dignity and independence.
बदके पिले